Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mark with Spiguyver Backpacking. Today I'm out for a little bit of hike and heading out into the woods kind of near my house to talk with you guys, well, to show you some gear and to talk with you guys about a subject that I think is misunderstood. And that subject is stealth camping. So I think when people hear the words stealth camping, it conjures up this image of people illegally sneaking onto private property and setting up their camp without the knowledge or permission of the landowners. And while in some cases that may be true, to me and to most of the hiking community, that's not exactly what stealth camping really is. So, what is stealth camping? Well, to me, it's anywhere that you're camping in an unestablished campground. So, you know, you've got, if you're hiking, say, for example, the AT, there are established shelter areas where people set up camp for the night. And if you're in between two of those shelters, you may want to set up because you're tired, maybe you're injured, maybe the weather's turned bad, and you want to set up for the night. So it's at that point that you look at your surroundings and you find a good area that you can go, usually about 200 feet from the trail, find a nice secluded spot, set up, and practice the L&T type of mentality where you're not disturbing the land, you're not leaving a scar, and you're leaving it the same way you found it. So you're not scraping off duff and leaving it, or digging big holes, or setting up a campfire ring, cutting down trees. You're just going out there and being one with nature, vibing with it, and finding a place to set up where you're out of the view of people, and so it doesn't become a place that people are going to go to over and over and scar the land. Goes a deer. Haha, cool. So there are other reasons that people may stealth camp. So like I said, if you're hiking a long trail, you may stealth camp in order to find a place to set up that fits your daily mileage needs and not what the trail has set up as the break points between days. So if you're used to getting up in the morning and just hiking until sunset, stealth camping can be really, really convenient because you can find a place to camp while you're out on the trail wherever you feel the need to stop. But some people also do stealth camping in very heavily bear populated areas. So there is a good reason behind this. Bears are just like anyone else. You know, are you going to go forage for food if you know you can go to the supermarket and grab it? Bears are the same way. If they know that there's places where people are camping, and a lot of times people aren't following good hygiene habits of hanging their food, or, you know, just taking care of the smelly things, the bears are going to frequent those areas. They know where they are, and it's the easy pickings. It's where they're going to keep going to. And so by utilizing the tactics of stealth camping, you can find yourself in an area that people aren't camping all the time. And so the bears aren't necessarily looking there. Now, if you're, again, not practicing the good hygiene, hanging your stuff, keeping the smells down, and you know, a good option for that is if you're doing stealth camping because of bears, stop an hour before you get to camp, or an hour before you think you'll be done. Make your dinner, eat it, then hike for another hour or so, then set up camp. That way you're cooking well away, and any of the smells that are going to emanate from your food aren't attracting and drawing the bears into your campsite. It's just some things to think about, some different reasons. If you're doing it, if you're going out to stealth camp, so I've got these woods over here beside me. Now you've got to find a good spot to go in, but you don't want to follow established game trails. Established game trails are going to lead the animals right through your campsite. So you want to find a place where you can get into the woods and go and find a nice spot to set up where you're hidden, or at least not visible. Now, stealth camping, if you're trying not to be seen, you probably don't want a bright red tarp, a bright yellow hammock, one of those like MSR yellowish orange tents. You want something subdued. some of the browns, the earth tones, those types of things. Something to think about. So once you find yourself off the trail a good distance, you're looking around for trees that make sense. So I'm going to use this tree here, this little double tree, and then that tree. And they're about 3 full paces, so 6 steps apart, which is about perfect for me for hanging my hammock. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up. First thing you want to do is take a look above you. So looking up, you want to make sure that there's no widowmakers. Now, this one right here, you can see when you get up there, it is pretty dead, and it's leaning, so it would fall probably in this direction. Although if a strong wind comes up, it could hit me. Now, the one thing that I've got going for me is if I'm in the direction that this hammock would be right here, this tree's probably going to block it from coming directly on me, but there's probably better options around. But for the sake of today, I'm going to say that that tree's not there, or it has already fallen, and I'm going to set up here, and this is where we're going to do it. Here you guys go. This would be my stealth camp for the night. I'm well back from the trail that I came in on. It was off that direction. I came in around and back over here. Found a nice area to set up. Check for any widowmakers. Make sure you're not setting up in an area that's going to be prone to something falling on you, injuring you. Make sure you're not around any game trails, and make sure you're far enough back that you're not being seen from the trail that you were on. Subdued colors such as this gray or coyote brown really do blend in. The olives, the greens, the multicam, those all help with presenting yourself an opportunity to stealth camp and not be found. Now, you're not doing it to evade police or anything like that. You're simply doing it so that it doesn't become an established campground. People don't see you there, think it's a campsite, and next thing you know, you've got 5 or 6 tents up around you. Hammocks are also a great option to use, which is what I use, because you're hanging between 2 trees. You're not doing anything that's going to really mat the ground down. If I'm doing a stealth camp, I'm not setting a ground tarp or anything below me that's going to pat down the ground, and I'm watching where I'm stepping to make sure I'm not killing everything around me. So if you just follow these simple type of steps, you can set yourself up with a good stealth camp. No one's going to see you. The key to it is, you hike throughout the day until you're ready to make camp. You find a decent, suitable area, you set up, you spend the night there. You shouldn't be cooking there, at least you're trying not to cook there. You're trying to cook further away. You're keeping yourself at least 200 feet from the trails, 200 feet from streams, anywhere that the animals or people are going to be and may see you. And then you're also breaking down and getting out of camp first thing in the morning. So you're not sitting around lollygagging, having your breakfast from the hammock. You're setting up getting into bed, getting up in the morning, getting packed up, and getting out onto the trail as quick as possible. Those are kind of the things that I think of when I think of stealth camping. I'm not thinking of illegally camping on someone's private property. That's not what it's about. It's about finding a good place to camp where you are truly in nature and not worrying about your presence there impacting the environment and everything around you. I hope this helped you guys out. I hope this helped you guys understand what stealth camping is all about. All right, guys, so stealth camping. I've now taken down my setup. I was moving around quite a bit more than I would have if I was at a stealth camp. And the reason for that was I was filming some things that I wanted to show for another video. But as you can see, the ground kind of looks a little bit disturbed right here from where I was set up between these two trees, and that's where my feet were down here. So I want to make sure that it doesn't look like I was here. So what I'll do is I'll take a branch that has some twigs on it and just kind of sweep the ground all around. And now that is going to give kind of a uneven type of a texture there. It just kind of looks like it's messed up, like maybe an animal had come scurrying around through here, but it doesn't look like someone has been traipsing right here and staying right here. Now I've got a storm moving in, thunder's all around. I've been seeing the lightning, so it's time for me to head down the trail. So hey guys, I appreciate you checking me out. I'll see you guys down the trail.